Hey there guys, Legit Cake here. This is Test Drive 2. Well, it will be when it loads up. This isn't live. I might do a live commentary on this game. Possibly, definitely a possibility. But I want to kind of give my thoughts on this. So I bought this game yesterday. The time that I'm doing this commentary could be a couple of days back, depending on when you're watching it. But I should say recently I got this game because I am a big fan, or I was a big fan of the first Test Drive Unlimited. The thing I loved about that game was it kind of stepped away from all of this like Need for Speed, kind of kitting up your cars and doing all of that stuff. Like that's why I love Test Drive a lot, because there was none of that. It was just me, my car, and pretty much good to go. That's what it was. And that's why I enjoyed it so much, because I'm quite a big car enthusiast. I do love my cars. And Test Drive, it seemed at the time the perfect game for me. So Test Drive 2 came out. I saw all the trailers for it, and at first I was a bit hesitant to actually buy this game, because I mean the trailers, from what it showed, it did not seem like the same game. It showed all this kind of partying and Ibiza business and all kind of people around the pool, and I thought, what is this? Is this The Sims, or is this a car game? Like, I really didn't understand. I bought the game anyway. I just went and did it just because I thought I kind of had to, because I loved the first one so much. And boy was I right. The first opening scene was a bunch of people dancing by the pool. Then you had to pick your character, and then you're good to go. But so I mean, that's kind of what I want to talk about, is the kind of step that Test Drive seems to have took this game. I mean, I know in the last game it had all that kind of silliness to it as well, but it was kind of nothing on the level to this. I mean, this, it's kind of, how can I explain? It's like the characters and the storyline. It's all that. It's really kind of silly, and it's like it's like either they want to kind of open the game up to a wider audience. Maybe the game wasn't kind of selling as much as they hoped. I mean, Test Drive 1, so possibly they thought, you know, we'll make the storyline a little bit more child friendly, so it's not just the kind of motorheads that are buying this. So you got all these kind of characters and all this like storyline and stuff, and can I just say the voice acting is just atrocious. I've never seen it. Well, I have, but this is definitely up there with the worst. It's like, I'll give you a quick example. It's like, hey, I got a new car. Would you like to drive it? If you can drop me off at this location, the car is yours. And it's like that, and I don't want that. I just want to drive. I don't want kind of people kind of going on in my ear whilst I'm trying to drive. But I mean, apart from that stuff, it's quite good. It's a good game. I do love Test Drive. I'm always gonna love Test Drive, but I just think it's just a little bit silly. But overall, I do enjoy this game. I just don't enjoy some aspects of it. So yeah, there's also, I'll tell you about some of the new features in this game. First off, this is one which I'm quite annoyed about all these new features, from being completely. This is going to turn into a rant video, I know it. Originally I was going to kind of come in here with like a positive review, because at the time I was thinking quite positively, but now I'm actually looking back, it's like, wow, it's not that much good stuff. But I mean, the overall concept of the game, like, you know, you're collecting cars and you're racing them, that's what I love about the game, and that's still the biggest part of it, so I'm always going to love the game. But let's just jump back into what I was saying. Couple of new features. First one being, well, quite a big one, is it F.R.I.M? It's like a new gadget that's on every car again, quite silly I know. And basically what it is if you dodge cars, if you drift and stuff like that, you can start earning money with your new little snazzy gadgets attached to your car. So let's say if I was to do like a nice kind of drift, I will get $100, and then I can press A to bank that money. And if I bank it, then it stays at 100, and I get to obviously keep the 100. But if I don't bank it, the money can build up, and I can kind of double it and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, if you've seen The Weakest Link, it's pretty much just like that. That's a UK program. Not sure if it airs in America or anywhere else, but I mean, let's be honest. If you've all seen that program, the last thing you want to be doing whilst you're travelling 180 miles per hour on a motorway is playing The Weakest Link. I mean, having to kind of bank all your money every 5 seconds, it's very annoying, if I'm going to be honest. And something else is not as big of a new feature. Well, it is in some sense, I suppose. The fact that you can now kind of walk, or you kind of have to walk actually, if you're kind of looking in your garage, you have to walk from car to car rather than just press left and right to kind of switch between the cars. And do I like this? Hell no. I hate this. This I cannot stand. For instance, I'll give you a quick example of why I hate this. If you're kind of going into like a real estate to buy a new house, that sounds silly, but you would actually buy a house for a bigger garage so you can fit more cars in. But if I wanted to buy a house, I walk inside the shop. Well, I press A to go in the shop from my car, and then once I'm in there, I walk. But the only thing I can do in that shop is talk to the person behind the desk. There's no other option. So the fact that I have to walk there, it just doesn't seem like there's any point to it. I mean, sure, if I could sit there and I'll watch TV inside the shop, fair enough, but I can't. So it just seems completely pointless. And of course, like if you're in your house and stuff like that, you can like walk around. I suppose I can see why some people might enjoy that, but not me. I don't. I mean, I always look at it like this. I mean, with a video game or a game, whatever you want to call it, with a video game, you kind of have these limitations of the real life taken away. So in the game, we don't need to walk. We have the power to teleport. We can just kind of zip from A to B in a matter of seconds. So the fact that it makes us walk, it's like, I just don't get it. I mean, why would... So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going on a complete rant here. The bottom line is, I play video games so I don't have to walk, I don't have to do exercise, yet it's requiring me to walk from the kitchen to the garage, which I'm not liking. But yeah, quite a small thing, quite a big thing for me, because I find that quite annoying. I just want to drive, not walk. I mean, really, that's all I've got to really say. I mean, there's a lot more I can say. Like I said before, as a whole, I do enjoy the game. I'm probably going to keep, well, I'm going to keep playing it until I get completely bored out my skull. Which is probably going to be after once I've got all the cars. Oh yeah, another thing is how easy it is to buy cars. I mean, I've literally just started, and I've made like plus $200,000 from like doing 2 little championship races. And that's like, you can buy a Dodge Viper, I looked, for I think it's $95,000. And you can get that in like a single championship, like right from the go. And I find that quite annoying. It takes away the whole aspect of trying to build up from nothing if you can buy freaking Lamborghinis the second you start. Which of course you can't use them, and there my car is completely shit. That's the first car I got. I'm not sure if that's in sync, but I kind of span out a bit there. And there's like another character that's kind of just behind me in that pink car. Again, quite cheap with the pink cars, not very realistic, but you know, it's all this kind of cliche story stuff which gets on my nerves. And I was really hoping, I could see it coming if I'm being honest from all the trailers and stuff. I was kind of hoping I was just wrong, but you know, whatever, I'll have to do with it. I will just enjoy the game for the sense of the drive and the buying of the cars, trying to ignore all the other bull S that comes in the way. But thanks for watching this very much me bashing this game, even though I've said that I love it. So that doesn't make much sense. This video, it just doesn't make sense. You may as well just kind of dislike it if you want to be completely honest, because I've just spent 9 minutes rambling on about a game that I love. So on that note, I guess I will end this video. As my confusion levels are pretty high. Alright, goodbye. I guess actually I'll let this gameplay run its course. It should be over in a second actually. So yeah, if you could give the video a rating, give me your opinions of this game. Do you agree with me in the sense that they've gone a little bit silly with all the characters and storylines and stuff? Do you think it should be just a hardcore old school driving simulator? What do you think? Goodbye guys, rate the video, leave a comment, love to hear what you guys have to say. Goodbye.